All right, well, we're all watching the Federal Reserve Summit that is underway right now in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Our own Peter Barnes is out there, and he's getting all the scoop. Peter, what do you have now?
Well, hey, Sandra, thanks. And we're joined right now by a special guest, familiar to our viewers on Fox Business and Fox News, Charles Plosser, the former president of the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia. He's out here at the conference. And Charlie, a lot to talk about here with all this market volatility. If you were still at the Fed and you had this meeting coming up in September, what would you be doing or thinking about as far as, starting to raise interest rates or not?
I don't think any of this has changed my view at this point. The Fed has claimed, and it ought to be data dependent. There's still 3 or 4 weeks to go before the meeting and more data to come in. At this point, though, I don't think the market volatility itself is a reason to move or not move rates, as the case may be. It kind of depends on what your outlook for the economy is going to be over the next 3 weeks and how that changes, or if that changes at all.
Yeah, but you also have China in the picture here potentially, and the Fed says it is watching China, international developments, and that combined with all this volatility. We've been hearing from some of your former colleagues, like Bill Dudley at the New York Fed, that perhaps the Fed should think twice about starting to raise rates.
Well, it's got 3 weeks or 4 weeks to think about this and to assess what the impact of all of this will be on the U.S. economy. I mean, we've known China was going to slow down for quite some time now. This is not new news. And so I think that right now I haven't changed my outlook for the economy over the next year. And I don't see that the volatility itself is going to be driving that. I think the assessment's going to be, how is the committee's forecast going to change? So
you yourself would wait and see at this point?
We're not there yet, yeah. So you have no choice but wait. And I think it would be highly inappropriate for the Fed to consider, announcing in advance that it's not going to move. There's no evidence or data that's compelling in that direction at this point.
All right.